Okay, welcome to Unit 3, Lesson 4. This is Unit 3A, talking about measurement basics. So Unit 3A, measurement basics. So Lesson 4 is talking about angles. That's another basic information that we need to talk about. So an angle is formed when two lines meet, and that middle part is called the angle. So the point that they meet at is called the vertex. So our vertex is the point where two lines meet, and two lines are called rays. That's why they called it a ray. So you've got a line and a line meeting, they make a ray, and they create an angle. So the angle is created right there. That's your angle. Okay? All right. It says there are many angles in a building. This one has 10 of them. So let's identify 10 angles. So, can anybody see 10 angles in here?
I can see 25.
Well, what about this one? There's an angle. There's an angle. All the windows and doors are going to have 90-degree angles. What about the roof? So all the windows and doors are going to have 90-degree angles. What about the roof? Take a look. The roof has these peaks. Those are angles. There's an angle right there. Here's an angle right there. So we've counted 3. We counted 3 that we've colored blue. And then we've counted 7 that are rectangle type. Rectangles rectangles always have 90 degrees in the corner. That's called 90 degrees. Okay, so rectangles and squares all have 90 degrees in the corner. Okay, now we're talking about section A, common angles that we see every day. So a common angle that we see is a 45-degree angle. What that does is it cuts a 90-degree angle in half. So this one, it cuts a 90-degree angle in half. Okay, so if I've got a 90-degree angle here, there's my 90. 45 cuts it in half. This part would be 45, and this part would be 45. Okay, so that's what's going on with that. So it says pictures, mirrors, door frames, they're all cut with 45-degree angles to create the frames around them. It says 90-degree angles. 90-degree angles, we always use this little box. This little square or box is always in the corner, and that's going to tell us it's a 90-degree angle. It says create any 90-degree angle. You would intersect your lines. If you intersect any two lines, so we have streets, we have avenues, we have stairs, we have where the floor meets doors. We have all kinds of places where we're going to see 90-degree angles. 180 is the next one. 180 is a straight line. Okay, so write these down, please. This is a straight line. Straight lines are exactly 180. If I drew a line vertically down from there, if I chop that in half, what it does is it makes two 90s on each side. A 90 there and a 90 here. 90 plus 90 gives me my 180. Okay? So we have straight lines, we have beams, roadways, we have ski poles, we have hockey sticks, anything, we have brooms, anything made with a straight line, okay? We have the legs of your desks and chairs. Those are all straight lines, 180. Now, the next one is a full giant circle. So a full giant circle, examples would be anything that is a circle. So tires, Ferris wheels, steering wheels in real life, that's where we would see real life circles. So measuring and drawing angles is part B. So whenever we measure them, we use what's called a protractor. That's this half circle, okay? So a half circle, this here is called the protractor. There's a protractor. And it helps us measure degrees. How do we do it? Well, in the middle of a protractor, you're going to see this, and this is where the 90s are. This is the middle. The middle of your protractor gets put right on where the angle is. So it's going to be placed on the angle. So if you take a look what they've done, they've used their protractor and they put the protractor on top. So I'm just going to grab a protractor here. And here's my protractor. And I'm going to make this guy over here. Let's see. Can I move this guy? I can't move him. All right, I'll take him off. All right. We're trying to create the angle. Okay, so we put the middle of our protractor and then we read from 0. We start at 0 and we read how far it goes. So they're showing us the protractor. They put the plus sign in the middle and now they're reading all the way across how far it goes. That's what they're reading. So when they take it on here, they're taking a look at where that arm is. Where does that ray point to? Well, it measures 135 degrees. So when they ask about angles, they can use 1 letter or 3 letters. Okay? Example, angle B or angle ABC or angle CBA. If you use 3 letters, they want the one in the middle. It's the same as what this guy is. So whenever they're writing 3 letters for an angle, they want the one in the middle. So that's how we figure out which angle we're trying to create here. Turn your page, please. We're jumping into classifying. So you're going to skip a page. This is the page you're going to do. So this is practice. You're going to do this page. And then we're jumping to this one. Okay, classify. This is our last page. So there's different ways to classify the angles. Okay, different ways to classify them. When we classify angles, we check and see according to their size. Is it less than 90? It would be called acute. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 angle types. We have less than 90. That's called, we like those little cute ones. We call them cute. We call them acute. Isn't that a cute angle? It's a cute little guy. Then we have the exactly 90s where we have that little box. That's called the right angles. Then we have the ones that are bigger than 90. They say, hallelujah. Those ones are called greater than 80, less than 190 or 180. So we're going to have that. The third type, that's called obtuse. We have exactly a straight line. Exactly a straight line is 180. And then we have bigger than 180. And that's like when the doctor says, I want to check your reflexes, and he hits your knee. That's a reflex angle. So a reflex angle has an obtuse angle with it. Take a look, guys. So here we go. Around this side, that's your reflex. On the other side, this is obtuse. So every obtuse angle has a reflex. So that means on this side of the obtuse, that's the reflex angle. Okay, so every angle that's obtuse has a reflex and vice versa. So if I draw an angle like this part is obtuse, and then this back part here, that's going to be reflex. Okay, and what do they create all together? They create a full circle. Okay, now we say when we add up all of the angles in a triangle, all these three angles, they add up to 180 degrees inside a triangle. People always ask me, why, Miss Tuck? How come? Well, the reason is, look at all these rectangles. Rectangles have 90s in them. So if I take 90 and I add 90 4 times, because that's how much a rectangle has, 4 90s, I get the same as a circle, 360 degrees. Now I want everybody in their brain or on their calculators to go 360 divide 2. You have $36, you got to share it with your brother. How much do you both get? So 36 divide 2, what do you get? 36 divide 2
18.
gives you 18. Add a 0. 180. Good. So half of 360 is 180. So look at this. If I take any rectangle and I chop it in half, what have I done? I've created 2 triangles. So take a look. I've got a triangle right here, and I've got a triangle right there. So half of 360 is 180. So half of 360 equals 180 degrees. That's why triangles are 180, because they're half of a rectangle. That's why. Okay? This concludes our lesson on angles.